Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? All right, great. Awesome. Sorry for those sounds. All right. 1 liter of cola. No, it's an ice latte. And a cookie, a big, huge cookie. All right, let's see here. What do we have here for today? So markets are gapping down, if I'm correct. Yes, we have a slight gap down. So I'm long GBTC from yesterday still, those 50,000 shares. Still long Chumia. Still long BNTX. Raise my stop a little bit more. Codex still long. Twitter still long. Twitter is actually not gapping down very much. Looks like it wants to go green pre-market. This thing is showing relative strength. Still long LAC, still long VIR, still long APT, still short Apple. I covered 1,000 out of my 10,000 shares yesterday before the close. I'm thinking about covering another maybe 1,000 shares or 500 shares here pre-market. I'm gonna cover 500 shares right here. Just size down a little bit. It's a big position. It's over $3 million position still. You know, if the markets pull back, this thing could easily pull back to 350s, 340s, 330s. Who knows? Still long Roku. I got stopped out of the ad from yesterday. I lost like 32k on it, but I still have my core. CS is holding up well. Oh shit, MU is actually kind of stopping me out here pre-market. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it can kind of go a bit higher before the open. TTD, I went short. I only got a partial fill. I only have tiny shares. I wanted to short like I think like 4,000 shares or something, 5,000 shares, but I only got filled on 600 shares, 602 shares. So because it had a perfect breakdown below the 20-day. Here's where I shorted. When it tested the 20-day, bounced a bit, went sideways, and then took out the lows for the day. This is here, like high 31s. That's where I shorted it. But again, I only got filled on like tiny bit of my shares. Hertz is holding up. BE is holding up well. VXRT, I went short. This thing lost the 10-day moving average yesterday. Closed kind of strong. Now it's gapping down. Tesla, I went short when it lost the 10-day moving average, when it took out the lows for the day. I'm short 26, well, a little less, I covered some, but 15, what's my average? 15. Oh yeah, 15.23 is my average. My average is really not great. I should have shorted it more aggressively when it took out the lows of the day initial, like 15.51 or something, is where I should have shorted it, but it's okay. I'm gonna cover some right here in pre-market. Covered 150 shares. No, NCLH and RCL, I got stopped out of those. They had these random midday pops. Like NCLH went green on the day. It's just super random. Look at what airlines did. Like UAL had a big move. AAL, UAL, DAL, like the airlines had big moves, and the cruise lines also went briefly green. I don't know what the hell that was all about. Just super random. That's what makes trading interesting. And AMD is gapping up on the Intel flop earnings. Man, AMD. I wish I was long like 40,000 shares right now, but I'm not because I suck. Yeah, all the airlines have reported the past 2-3 days. And the reports are horrendous. But obviously it's priced in, so there is no news, no surprises. Yes, I did go short Tesla. I just talked about it. I'm watching some of these charts that have had clean trends, like Doku. Like if this thing loses the 20-day, next up is gonna be the 50. So I'm watching a couple of them. Like W is not as clean, but it's made a huge move. Nah, not really. Especially, I would have if it had gapped up. Like right now we're gapping down like 4% on this TQQ, but if we had gapped up like 3-4%, then I would have done a big size like opening range lows. But on this gap down, this is just chasing here. I don't know. Nah, not really looking to short it. NVAX is something I'm willing to short though. RCL. Oh yeah, TC2000 shows they reported yesterday. Did they? Or, nope. Oh wait, what? I don't know. I don't know when they're supposed to report. Yeah, mRNA. I was about to short it when it broke down here at the like 79 area, but I just didn't pull the trigger because I already was short VXRT, and I also, shorted INO, which I probably should cover here in pre-market a little bit. So I just didn't want to do any mRNA. I probably should have. I covered 5,000 out of my 75,000 shares of INO short. I think this thing goes down to the 50-day, like 19 bucks at least. So NVAX is on watch also. This thing has also a lot of downside. This thing could easily pull back 30-40% once it starts pulling back. But I'm afraid we may bounce out of the gate. Like bounce and then maybe start fading mid-late day. VXRT? You have a loss on VXRT on the long side? What the hell? How can you have... It broke down yesterday. Why are you still holding it long? Or actually it didn't kind of break down. It bounced off the 10-day, but... Where did you buy it? 16, 7. Wait, what? Why did you buy it at 16, 17? There's no setup here. Where did you buy it? There's absolutely nothing there. Yeah, that's not a good, that was not a good entry, man. And I really don't understand why you're still in it. You should have ditched this several sessions ago. You should have gotten stopped out like here or one of these 2 days. No, but the big mistake here is still being, it's one thing having a stupid entry, but it's even worse just holding a stock, not having an exit plan. I mean, like what's your exit plan? Where were you supposed to sell it? That's the big mistake here. This is the stuff that's gonna blow you up. You gotta have your exit. The exit should be clear even before you enter the stock. You should know where to exit before you enter the stock. Always. Yeah, Livongo, absolutely. Right now it's one of the strongest stocks, but obviously the market keeps being weak. This thing could very easily test the 50-day. You know what? I may actually watch it today. I actually watch it. Oh shit, market's open. I forgot about the time. Okay. So NVAX could be a short candidate. Livongo is below the 10-day now. I took starters in both Livongo and NVAX. Just starters. Jesus Christ, NVAX is going crazy here. I added more to Livongo short here. But, okay, it's not breaking down. Let's see if the markets can bounce here. Okay, got stopped out of Livongo. Oh shit, MU, that gap down is brutal. Gonna lose a lot more money than I was planning to. Lost 70,000 on it. On a starter, that's great. That's what happens when you buy breakouts in a choppy market. I always have to relearn that lesson. It's kind of funny how it works. I covered all of my TTD. That was a tiny position. I couldn't care less about that one. NIO looks like it wants to test the 50-day. So a lot of downside on that one. Trying to short some NIO. shorted some Doku too. This thing has a clean breakdown. Damn it, LVGO is now going lower and I missed it. I can't believe I missed it. Okay, Hertz, I got stopped out of that one too. Took a pretty much break even on it, on Hertz. Never went crazy like I hoped it would. Twitter, okay, I got stopped out of that one too. So now I'm heavily short, pretty much. Not a lot of long exposure left at all. Oh, GBTC got stopped out of that one too. Not even Bitcoin is having any follow through. Workhorse is breaking down. This time it's finally probably gonna get to the 50-day. But I don't want to short anymore right now. I have a lot of short exposure. Tesla is right on the rising 20-day moving average. This thing I think has a lot of downside left. Next stop is gonna be the 50-day. That's 20% lower. So now I'm just covering things into weakness. I have very little long exposure left. Very little. I shorted a little bit more NIO. I think it has a lot of downside potentially to the 50 days. So I took a little. So I'm short 100,000 shares. We'll see how this goes. Okay, now some things are starting to bounce, like Apple. Tesla. Now Tesla so far bouncing right off the 20-day moving average. Through the lows of the day, this thing could be juicy. Not necessarily today, but maybe tomorrow or something. Or on next week, I mean. Okay, so we got a flush and a bounce so far. We'll see what happens from here. Yeah, AMD, that's an annoying one. Instead I do MU, I do Twitter. I mean, fuck off. Twitter marginally stopped me out and now it's bouncing too. Oh. Oh well, what can I say? AMD was the one, huh? How nice. You can stop posting in the chat now. I have the busy period is over now. If you have, oh, NVAX bouncing. Damn, this thing is strong. That thing suckered me in. Holy shit, NVAX. Damn, the NVAX does not want to go down. That's for, that thing is. This thing bouncing perfectly off the rising 65 EMA and the 10-day moving average, obviously. Oh man. Holy shit, this thing doesn't want to go down. It's not like Tesla, when this thing lost the 65, or well, actually this thing also bounced off of it. But then it gapped down, alright. Not gonna be a lot of names in scan. Except for AMD, of course. Man, that one hurts. I can't believe the strength in AMD. NIO is weakening, taking out lows of the day. Okay, BNTX I got stopped out. I'm all out BNT. It lost the 10-day and it looks like it wants to go even lower, so I'm not gonna mess around with it. I just got stopped out. Chumi is holding up well above the 65 EMD and 10-day moving average. NVAX is so far bouncing a little bit harder than I would like it to. It's probably gonna stop me out. NIO is showing some weakness. INO is weak. BE is so far bouncing off the 10-day and 65 EMA. Tesla is... Oh wow, Tesla. Holy shit, maybe I should add a little bit through the lows just to see what happens. It's probably gonna bounce. I did a few shares, 1300 shares. Tight stop. I just want to see. In case it just goes insanely... Like goes down to like 1300 or something today. I just want to see what happens. Because technically this thing, I mean, this thing could be at the 50-day in the next couple of sessions. You should never underestimate a momentum stock that unwinds. That thing was down 12% from highs to lows yesterday, and today so far it's down 9.5%. This thing could very easily go to like 1300 or so. We'll see. BXRT is bouncing a bit. I'm gonna lower my stop somewhat. Now this Apple, guys, did any of you get Apple together with me? This thing is a home run. I got it at high 383s. 383. Here's my entry. 383.80s. That was a home run just when it started breaking below the 10-day and the 65 EMA. After building a little bit of higher lows. Lower highs, sorry. Holy shit, what a home run. Yeah, you got Apple? Yeah, great. That's something everyone can trade. Like, it's easy to borrow, it's a mega cap, like it's just a nice stock to trade. It's a slow name, but you know, you can do whatever size you want. 50-day, yeah, 50 days my target on NIO. That's 26% lower, 27% lower. Well, for today's ads, I'm using a very tight stop on Tesla. But for my core, I'm gonna use like, you know, it's a white stop. You can see it right on the chart where my stops are. Okay, so Tesla is so far bouncing. That's what I thought. It's gonna hold the 20-day today. I think it's gonna hold. I don't think it's gonna break below. Livongo is weakening. But if Tesla could really have a lot of downside. Like technically this thing, oh man. A momentum stock unwind, oof, those things can be brutal. I wish I didn't, man. I got shaken out on NVAX. Oh, sorry, Livongo. I had 20,000 shares short. Fuck. And NVAX is gonna stop me out. Oh, NIO is working. Doku is working. Abus could be a good short. I shorted 100,000 shares of this Abus. You know what? Fuck this thing. Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm short 150,000 shares of this Abus. I'm trying to add more. This thing keeps getting rejected off the VWAP. We'll see. This thing could go red today. I should do more size. Maybe I'll do more later if it sets up. But right now it keeps getting rejected off the VWAP. Well, if you're long ABUS, I hope you have an exit strategy. Okay, NVAX so far didn't stop me out. But it may happen at any second. Okay, it's gonna happen any second. Tesla gonna stop me out with the today's ads. It's holding the 20 days. It's gonna bounce. It wants to reclaim VWAP. But my longs are holding up very well. Most of them are bouncing off key moving averages, or just not going down, which is a good sign for those stocks. INO is weak, taking out. Yeah, this thing wants to break down further. NIO is weak. All right. ABUS. Oh, lows are the days you stop. Okay. I hope you're long from yesterday. You're long from yesterday, right? Lottery trade? Oh man. Oh boy. Long in missed? Why? Why? Why missed? Okay, Tesla got stopped out of the starter. I think. Wait, what? I didn't? What? Oh, idiot. I didn't have a stop set. What a... Jesus Christ, I didn't have a stop set on it. That's a moronic move. Okay, whatever. Now I'm out. That was not the smartest move. Yeah, I do use hard stops many times. Not always. Okay. Well, if it takes out late this that area like next week, I'm gonna add it. Like the great thing with Tesla, you get these tight ranges on the 60-minute chart. That's what I really love about Tesla. So does these super tight ranges. Okay, INO taking out lows, about to take out lows of the day. This thing could go straight to the 50-day today. That's another 12%. Okay, now things are starting to bounce hard. So let's see, QQQs, we got an undercut of the 20-day. Like this is like the third undercut and bounce, or undercut of the 20-day in the past few months. We got a slight undercut here, we got one here, we got one here, and now we have another one. Our question is, are we gonna reclaim the 20-day and just gonna go higher or sideways, or are we gonna like, or is the 20-day now gonna be like a resistance area? That's the question. Obviously dip buying is pretty strong right now in the market. Okay, NVAX, I got stopped out. What? I lost 96k on it? What the fuck? I must have done my math wrong. I didn't want to risk. Oh, okay, because the slippage. $1.50 slippage. Oh, that's nice. And ABUS doesn't want to go down either. Took out lows. No, it did a little bit of a double bottom here. Okay, ABUS, I'm gonna get stopped out. Okay, not a great. Like things are not really working for me right now. I hate choppy markets. Alright, well, NVAX is holding. Did another higher low on the 60-minute chart also, and daily chart too. The key now is to watch which stocks can't bounce with this market bounce. To sniff out the weak ones. That's the key now. Because those things are just gonna tank if the market start fading later. Or maybe next week. Maybe US, okay. Looks like it got rejected again of the VWAP. BE is bouncing nicely off the 10-day. It's nice. Tesla bouncing. INO is weak. This thing can't bounce. Still below VWAP. Okay, ABUS. Now it's weakening again. I think this thing could go sub 7 today. Yeah, that's amazing. I don't know, what did they talk about? Dave and Trump. First, when I saw the pictures, I thought they were like photoshopped. But then I would look close, like, whoa, they don't look photoshopped. They look pretty legit. Okay, mRNA gap down and it's bouncing off the 50-day. All right. This Nikola just keeps going down. I'm thinking if it can go down to like low 20s, mid 20s, low 20s, to the rising 150-day, maybe it could bounce off of that level. Eventually. Oh no, I missed my ad on ABUS. No. Maybe if it bounces a little bit. I'm gonna try to get some on pops. Another 40,000 shares or so. Mist is... Dude, Mist is barely off the lows. Mist looks like shit right now. Needs to build a better range. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out too. It's just a random pump stock. Yeah, Square is holding too. The undercut the 20-day. Like the strongest stocks are showing their strength. Absolute. Like Square is showing a strength, showing some strength here. Just it's already above the 20-day. There's some insane strength there. TTD. Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, TTD, that's the one I covered out near the open. My 602 partial fill shares. Damn, I lost 119k on my Twitter long. That sucks. That's what happens when you go long 100,000 shares. What's MU doing? Okay, MU still looks like shit. But MU, even with this pullback, it's still holding these higher lows. Still building. It looks great on the weekly chart. Like, if it starts breaking out in the next couple of weeks, let's say if the markets firm up again, this thing could go. It looks like AMD, like it has these false breakouts, but eventually it's gonna go. The more it tests. ABUS, yeah. Oh, maybe I should start covering a little bit. I'll cover 10,000 shares. I'll cover a tiny bit here. Teeny tiny shares. I need something to pay for my NVAX and Livongo losses from from this morning. Like this Codex, which we are long, this thing is just building higher lows, looks great. Roku, this thing, they can't break it below this channel here, it's back into the base. LAC looks good, it's above the 10-day. Chumi above the 10-day. APT It's not even close to the 10-day. It's holding up like a champion. CS bounced off the 20-day. Apple, this one I'm short. I'm gonna keep it. Either it stops me out break even, or you know, it's gonna go to like 340s, 330s. So I'll just keep it. VIR, now I'm gonna use today's lows as my stop on it. Doku is bouncing a little bit. A lot of things are strong. BE looks like a champion. Wait, NIO? Now it found bids? Come on. Man, well. Okay. I'm experiencing some shop here. This is what's so frustrating about these kinds of markets. You can have like one really good winner, and then you have like 3-4 losers, and you don't get anywhere. That's pretty much what the past like 10 14 trading days have been for me. I've had some really nice winners, but for every winner I had like 4 losers. So I'm not getting anywhere. But the past 4 months it's been like for every 2 winners I have 1 loser. And I've had a lot of home runs. But now in a choppy market, this is what Mark Minervini calls a hard penny market versus a easy dollar market. That's how it is. You know, a lot of like small losers, small and mid-sized losers. And that's something you have to live with. I'm taking some losses on my shorts today. I lost 41 on LVGO, 96k on NVAX. I don't know how the hell that happened. I know I had I had a $1.50 slippage. So that's like 30k. Yeah, I was supposed to lose like 60k on it, but I lost like 30k just to slippage on NVAX. I love it. I love trading size. It's so fun. 30,000 just in slippage on one trade. Oh. And NIO, if it stops me out, I'm gonna lose like 30k on that one. So not a good start, but I'm closing in on 100k profit on ABUS, so that's something at least. I need a win here. I need a win here. Well then, say so. Because I never understood why you were so bullish on Mist. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you're a day trader, like these kinds of stocks with big range, you know, you can trade them anyway. Like either way, you can trade them long, short. There's a lot of opportunity to just day trading these types of stocks. But I'm not a day trader. I couldn't care less about day trading. Yeah, Codex is a champion. You can really clearly see the champions here. The ones that are holding up. Only winners day trade. Hey, we are all losers, right? We are the loser cult. Okay, NIO is weakening here. So far, NIO got rejected on the 65 EMA on the 5-minute chart. So it is building a lower high. So we'll see. Like if it starts taking out lows later today, or like on Monday takes out today's lows, I'm gonna add more. Same thing with Tesla, obviously. Those things have, you know, those things can really fall if the market starts pulling back. Tesla has more than 20% to the 50-day. NIO has like 30% to the 50-day, almost 30%. So those are big moves. Wow, Livongo, I could have had an entry here. 105. Like, but nah, I'm not gonna short this thing. Nah, I'll pass on it. I'd rather do NIO or test. So I'm up like Apple from yesterday. I'm up over 200k on it, but the problem is between MU and Twitter, I lost like almost 200k. And then I also took losses on NCLH and RCL yesterday when they had their random midday pops. So it's like, you know, I make 200k in one trade, and then on two other, like I get stopped out on 3-4 others, and I lose 250k. So that's how the past 2 weeks have been for me. Just can't get anywhere. Just cannot get anywhere. Don't look at BNTX. Okay, I'm gonna look at BNTX. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? That's what they're all doing. They're undercutting their moving averages and bouncing higher. You're down 10%. Yeah, no, I'm not in a drawdown. I'm down maybe 3% from equity highs. No more than that. 3%, 2, 3. Because yeah, I've had some nice winners to offset all the small, medium-sized losers. But again, I'm not getting anywhere. My equity peaked about yeah, somewhere last week, I think. Like early last week is when my equity peaked. I was close to 18. Close to 18 million. I wanted to get to 20. And now I'm not getting to 20. Because the market went to shit. NIO really wants to stop me out. Twilio. Yeah, this Twilio. Yeah, look at this thing. Bounced perfectly off the 20-day. These things, like the strong ones, they're really showing their hands. Look at Viva. Look at this one. Also, like this thing, they can't bring these things down. Like if we can go sideways, build a basis on these names like Viva, Square, Coupa, Okta, Fastly, Livongo. Like get a few weeks basis. Like these things could have some, you know, nice setups in a couple of weeks. Potentially. Wait, what's Abus doing? Oh! It wasn't in my positions list, so I forgot about it. Okay. So right now it's on the 65 EMA on the 1 minute chart. If you don't include the intraday data or pre-market data, that is. Yeah, I think next up is it's gonna go red, potentially. I'll try to be slow to cover. Nah, not really. Because I don't know if they're gonna last or not. I still want to see like how we close in the markets. Like we could very easily roll over into the close, and that wouldn't be a great thing. So yeah, I'm not buying these bounces, no. This workhorse really reminds me about Nikola. Looks exactly like Nikola like a month ago, before it faded. Hey Trader Wyckoff, your message got blocked for some reason. I'm gonna let it through. The auto mod blocked it. Yeah, Nugget is actually up today. Gold super strong. I don't know why Automod blocked it. So stupid. The Automod is not the smartest thing in the world. Soar trades had a nice graph of a typical. Yeah, like you know, as a swing and position trader, you spend most of your time in a drawdown. Doesn't have to be a deep drawdown, but most of the time you're gonna be in a drawdown. And also, like if you look at stock, I mean, just look at something like Netflix, okay, which is one of the biggest winning stocks over the past 10 years. Even Netflix actually spent like, even though this thing is up like, I mean, from the 2008 lows, it's up what, 21,000%, right? It's one of the biggest winners over the past 10 years. But even this thing spent most of the time in a drawdown. I mean, I'm just gonna show. This is how it is. Even the biggest, like here. So the stock peaked here, like mid 2010. So during all of this time, it was in a drawdown. Oh, what is? No, this is not the correct box. How do I delete it? This is not the correct one. I want this box. So here, it was in a long drawdown, right? So even here in 2009, it was in a drawdown for a while. Let's just say if we start measuring from here, the 2008 lows, this is where the big move started. The stock was in the twos. So here it spent like 6 months in a drawdown. It doubled, spent 6 months in a drawdown. Here it was a couple of months in a drawdown. Here it was also maybe a little bit in a drawdown. Whatever, let's just ignore it. So here it was a long time in a drawdown. Here, couple of months in a drawdown. Also here you would have been like 4 months in a drawdown. Here you were in a drawdown for several months. Here you were in a drawdown for like 6 months, right? 7 months, whatever. And here, you were in a drawdown for over a year. So even though this is one of the biggest winning stocks over the past 10 years, and look at this thing, like half of the time, if you owned this stock, you would have been in a drawdown. Or this stock spent like half of the time in a drawdown. So that's a swing and position trader. Even if you like have very good returns, you're gonna spend a lot of time in a drawdown. A lot of time. Probably most of the time. Well, guys, this is my positions list. You see this box? This is my positions list. If a specific stock is in this list, I'm in it. So yes, Roku, I am in Roku. Yes, and Roku is holding very well. Netflix, yeah, Netflix is in a drawdown right now because it's off the highs. It's been in a drawdown for a couple of weeks now. I don't have a big watch list. It's pretty much these, but these are not really even for today. I pretty much keep these things for next week. And then a lot of the stocks I'm already in, I'm watching also, like Tesla and NIO. Okay, I got stopped out of this one. Got stopped out of this one. Took a $40,000 loss. Oh man, took some nice fat losses on the shorts. That was unnecessary. The resilience in this market is just amazing. ABUS is working at least. ABUS is working nicely though. But that's about it for now. Looks like the natural gas stocks are moving. COG. Well, this thing started moving earlier this week, like SWN, RRC, AR, they're all trying to break out here. How the hell can... What list? Dude, how big of screen do you have? You need to get a bigger screen. It's not micro text. You need to get a bit bigger screen. Or several screens. Yeah, AHPI got stopped out yesterday. I'm gonna rebuy it if it re-breaks. It's just like Codex. I bought it here, okay, got stopped out 2 days later, and the next day it broke out, and I rebought it, and this time it went. The same thing happened with APT also a couple of times, if I remember correctly. No, not APT, it was some other stock. AMD is one. You know, I tried to buy it. I bought it here, got stopped out 2 days later. Here, this time this breakout I passed on because it was a laggard. Like the other semis had broken out like a week earlier, and then it faded back. And then, you know, like 4 days ago it broke out again, and it hasn't looked back since. So the more failed breakouts you have, combined with higher lows and a longer base, the bigger the chance it's gonna go. So AHPI, you know, if it re-breaks, I'll be in it. Maybe even more size than I had previously. My screen size, 27 inch. Guys, like if you don't have at least 27 inch, you need to upgrade. Like you can't trade off smaller screens. 27 inch I think is the minimum screen size you can have. And then I have two 34 inch also and one 32 inch. So I have 4 screens, or actually I have 5 screens if you include my laptop. Like if you think the text on the stream is too small, you probably need to get a bigger chart or better glasses. a bigger screen or better glasses. Well, you can trade off a laptop from the beach, but you can't watch a stream and trade at the same time. And you can't trade open off one laptop. It's very hard. But yes, you can trade, but just not the open. So MDB bouncing off the 65-day EMA on the daily, PDD bouncing off the 50-day, Melee back into this range here, D-Dog bouncing off the 50-day. Like, if we can get a little bit of sideways action, we may have some really good long setups. Maybe not next week, but the week after. There's like, these things are holding up really, really well. A lot of the growth names, the liquid momentum leaders. Like, a lot of them are holding up really well or bouncing off the key moving averages, which is very important. I'm actually maybe starting to get excited for some of these stocks. Tesla bouncing nicely off the 20-day. Yeah, plug undercut the 20, but now it's back in the range. In the base here, in the high 8s. Roku is looking like a champion. This is gonna be the leader of the next run if we get one. Just holding up great. It's just coming out of a year-long consolidation. Twitter too. Like, Twitter and Roku, I think, are gonna be great. Well, once we get a good market again for swing and position trading. AVLR bouncing off the 50. Just a lot of them are looking great. Not much else to say here. But again, I want to see how we close. Like, if we close weak, we start rolling over into the close, that wouldn't be a good thing. That would ruin a lot of these charts. But we'll see. It's all a patience game. Remember, the money is not made trading, the money is made waiting. That's where the big money is. You have to wait. You have to wait for the big opportunities. And once you're in a trade, you have to wait. So it's all about waiting. The one who can wait the longest is the one who's gonna win at this game. And most people are unable to wait. You just cannot wait. You have to do something all the time. That's why day trading is so popular. Okay, ABUS is looked like it wants to have another leg down. There's a straight up liquidation. You can clearly see it on 1 minute chart. This thing can't come up for air. Just lower highs all the way. But if this thing bounces back to VWAP, I will add more. I actually have an order up there. Because I didn't get full size. I wanted 200k shares. I only got 160 or so. Roku back into range. Looks really good. VXRT is weakening. Why did my connection broke at what time? Last week? Because I was trading in a cabin and my connection didn't break. I tried a new streaming software, the Twitch streaming software. It's a beta. That one crashed for some reason, so I didn't bother starting it up again. You tracking the expulsion with consulates getting shut down on both? Who cares? Guys, if you want to make millions in trading or tens of millions, ignore the news, ignore the macro. It's all irrelevant. Sometimes good news is bad news. Sometimes bad news is good news. You're never gonna figure it out. Just follow the price action. That's how you make money. Trust me on that one. The less you think about China and the Fed and this and that, the more money you're gonna make. How I come up with my A and B list? Well, A list is my like the best. These are like the best growth stocks with the best momentum, right? And also some recent IPOs and stuff. These are like the best ones, like the best theme, the best earnings growth, the best momentum. B stocks are not as good. They may be a little bit more liquid, a little bit slower moving, like stuff like Nvidia and Netflix. They're great stocks, but they're just a little bit choppier and not as fast moving as many others. And also maybe a little bit of more speculative names that I think are exciting, but maybe not really institutional quality yet. And then I have my C watch list, where there's a lot of very slow moving names. Wait, AMD is here? AMD shouldn't be in my B watch list. It should be my A watch list. Now that it has good momentum again. Okay. There's a lot of like JD, great momentum stock, but it's a China leading stock, but it's a slow name. Same thing with Baba, leading China stock, but it's a very slow name. This EHTH. Okay, so this thing is not really a growth stock anymore. Looks like shit. I'm taking this thing off my watch lists. So that's how I come up with this A, B, and C watch list. Like pretty much A stocks, those are the ones you want to trade. And B stocks, sometimes these are the ones you want to trade sometimes. And C stocks, I'm not really trading very often, unless they do something crazy. A lot of them are very thin and just slow moving names. That's how I come up with these watch lists. Yeah, I use MarketSmith for most of my earnings winners. How do I determine momentum? I look at relative momentum. I look at the stocks that are up the most in the past month and 3 months and 6 months and 12 months and 18 months, etc. I look at the couple of percent of the strongest names. That's how we find the best stocks. The strongest stocks are the ones that make the best shorts and the best longs. NVAX is weakening here. NVAX, I'm not letting this thing go. I think this thing wants... Oh, ABUS, just like that, up 150k on it. Nice! So this stock is now... This one stock has paid for all the losses I've taken so far this morning. So now I need just something more so I can make some money. And this is what I've been talking about like 2 times already today. I have one nice winner, and then I have like 3-4 losers. Do you not overnight fees on what? On the shorts? Yes. If it's a hard to borrow, yes. If it's a hard to borrow, there are usually overnight fees, and they are pretty hefty. 635. No. Oh man, maybe this thing can go to like high fives or something. That would be nice. Finally, a nice winner. Let's see if we can make 200k on it, or not we, I. Guys, anyone still short the A-boost with me? Now I wish I had done those 200,000 shares. Oh well. Doku is still kind of weak. Huh. Doku. I'm short 10,000 shares of Doku, the 190.53 average. Look, this thing looks weak. Okay, I'm not gonna let this NVAX go. It's holding VWAP for now. Not gonna let this one off rate. This thing could very easily fall back to sub 100 once it gets its selling on. Like, it had good news. It gapped down, bounced off the 10-day moving average, but it got rejected at the lower end of this space here. So we'll see. If it starts fading like later in, let's say we build a few candles here with lower highs, and then it starts fading, it starts taking out the previous candles. On the downside, I'm gonna add some more size. I'll get back to my 20,000 shares that I was short earlier. I'll get back that size. Maybe even more. Maybe I'll do 25,000 shares. It's easy to borrow and everything, so that's nice. Because some of them, like mRNA, already broke down yesterday below its base here. INO broke down yesterday. And obviously gapped down today. VXRT broke down. And the NVAX is still holding. Like, this thing breaks down. Like, they're breaking down one by one. NVAX is like one of the few COVID names that are still holding up. And this is the one that's up the most. This thing is, I mean, this thing is up 3,000% this year. 3,000%. Amazing move. You know, a 30-40% pullback wouldn't be a crazy thing here. Elon is back. Tesla.com. What's going on Tesla.com? Oh, there's a house. Oh, solar roofs? Okay. Is that what you're talking about? That's the old, what's the name? What's the solar stock? He bought his cousin's solar company. What was the name? Solar City. Yeah. Solar City. Oil names are strong. Oil is very strong. Or not oil, but oil stocks are strong. Yeah, SCTY. I remember I had some really good trades on that one. Like, I'm gonna show you a trade I made on Solar City. Okay. Let's see here. Like one of the first like earnings, or not earnings gappers, but one of the first like gapper trades I trade. You know, that's like I pretty much trade only three setups, and one of them is the like a gapper on some news. Usually it's earnings, but it could be like other stuff too. So I'm gonna show you one of the first ones where I actually saw the potential of these types of trades. So this is from my database, Solar City back in 2013. So they pretty much guided their deployment, like how much they were gonna deploy, and it beat the analyst estimates by a big margin. So let's see. So here is like this candle here. That's when I bought it, like pretty much opening range highs. I didn't really know the concept opening range highs back then, but that's what I did. So it gapped up, had big volume. It had been going sideways for many months. It gapped up on this big news, big surprise to the market, and that's exactly what we want to see in those gapper trades. I don't remember exactly. This is from like October 2013. Like I had no idea what I was doing. But this was, I remember this trade distinctively because I was like, because the thing is, it went up 50% in like 7 trading sessions. That's when I realized, holy shit, there is something here. Because I know I had seen these types of moves before, but I really couldn't put my finger on it. Like, what the hell is going on here? And this is how I developed, or I didn't develop it, but I actually learned the setup from choppy, but that's where I learned the setup. Like when you have a like a big surprise and the stock gaps up on big volume, those things can make enormous moves. Like we've seen some of them this year. We've traded a lot of them. Stuff like Livongo. Like this thing went up. This is where this thing gapped up here on earnings guidance. I bought it 33 if you remember, and this thing more than tripled. There's been a lot of these. Fastly's one we bought, like 29s or something. This thing went up 250%. So that's where I really started developing that, or being aware of that setup. But obviously it took me many years before I learned how to trade it. Yeah, episodic pivots, exactly. With a 5K account, you can't day trade, so you're better off just swing trading. But you can also swing trade like small caps, but like small cap momentum leaders. Like the whole reason I don't trade small caps is that they're too illiquid, but you can find there's momentum leaders in the small cap space too. But they're just, for me, they're untradeable. Okay, Toko is now bouncing too. Man, if this Toko stops me out too, oh, that wouldn't be fun. Look at Abus, or not Abus, BE, just right back into the range. Strength, really, a lot of strength. Abus, let's see here. It's still building lower highs. It can't get above these moving averages. This thing is gonna go red. They're clearly liquidating this thing. Okay, I got back a starter short on NVAX. I did 10,000 shares. Wait, did I? Yeah, I got filled. Oh, it found a bid here on VWAP. Ah, probably gonna get stopped out again. Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out again. You know this, there's a strong bidder in the stock when there's no slippage. I had literally one cent slippage on it. That means there's strong bidders. Oh, fuck. That's not great. Do you know any other traders on your level? No, not personally. Like most of the traders like I learned from and saw up to, like I've surpassed them. Like a lot of those guys, they're still day trading or trading, you know, small amounts of money. It's like they haven't figured out how to scale their trading. And I got stopped out of NMAX. Oh, that's funny. How to lose 13K in 30 seconds. Oh man, I knew the second I saw there was no slippage, I knew I was gonna get stopped out. There was no slippage, a penny. Like when I got stopped out here, I had a $1.50 slippage, and here I had a penny slippage when I reshorted. That's when you know. That's when you know. Had you done video on scaling? No. Oh, well, I'm talking about scaling. I've been talking about scaling several times. No, it's all about scaling. If you double your account, you should double your size. But a lot of people aren't able to do that. They keep wiring out, right? And they just keep doing their thing over and over again. There's nothing wrong with it, but that's not really for me. I always wanted to see how good I can get, how much I can make. Yeah, because if I can go short some things, if I can catch some good shorts when the market sells off, meanwhile while also holding some longs that are holding up fairly well or only pulling back a little bit, yeah, I'm reducing my drawdowns versus being a long only. And there we go, ABUS. It couldn't go up for air. It just kept rejected. It keeps getting rejected of these moving averages on the 1 minute chart. You can clearly see the liquidation. Look at this, just straight line of lower highs. This thing is gonna go red. Now I wish I had covered more of my shorts. Oh well. Now Tesla, there's a big resistance area, the 1500 area. You have all the 60-minute trend lines or the moving averages sloping down, and there's also this big like the base here that used to be a support and now it's resistance. So the 1500 area is going to be a big resistance. If it gets rejected there, next step down could be down to low thousands. But if it keeps, reclaims and starts building higher lows, it could obviously go much higher. So that's why you just follow price action. Let the stock tell you what it wants to do. Much easier. No need to focus on China or Fed or this or that or blah 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 yada yada. Who cares? The markets are gonna tell you. You don't need anything else. Yeah, I was shorting VSLR. Yeah, VSLR, but it's holding up really well, and it's also very thin. No, sorry, not VSLR. Run is much better. It's higher price and much more liquid. Don't trade VSLR when you can trade Run. It's the same, exact same thing, but much better. But it's showing, yeah, it's strong. It's strong. It doesn't want to go down. And a little bit too illiquid for me too. No, the bounce doesn't suck. It just it is what it is. What I'm more interested in is not this bounce. Oh wow, RCL, what a candle. Looks like the airlines and cruise lines found a bid again. They're popping here. All right. What I'm interested in is to see how we close. Again, if we start rolling over into the close, that wouldn't be a good thing. Like right now, okay, yeah, a lot of these growth stocks and indices look great. Looks like we did an undercut and reclaim, but if we close weak and start rolling over, that wouldn't be a good thing at all. It's gonna ruin those charts. Those pretty candles are gonna turn into not so pretty candles. Okay, ABUS almost red. Doku, I'm gonna get stopped out of. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh well. At least I caught ABUS, okay? At least I caught that one. Oh, what's going on with IMPX? Is someone pumping it? Look at this thing. Ha! This is the one who had Twitter said was gonna go to 16, wasn't it? Someone must be pumping this thing hard right now. Alright, I'm gonna do clean a couple of back watch lists. So 25th of June, let's see, what did we have here? June 25, where is it? Okay. BNT, oh, that's the day I rebought BNTX. That was a good trade. I bought it like, was it 57, 58? Went up almost 80, yeah, 80% in a month. That was a great trade. Again, I usually keep track of all the good breakouts and breakdowns and new scappers for about a month, and then I clean them up. It's all about training your brain to good setups and to see what works and what doesn't. Obviously the best ones I trade, and the ones that are not that great. I passed on. This OPK, I remember, I was watching it when it broke out here. I had several alerts set here in the 270 area, 280 area, and I passed on this breakout, unfortunately. And then it went up 135% in a month. That's how it is. Can't win them all. This BA is starting to look like a great long setup. Oh man, this thing could go back to 250 if it starts breaking out. Looks really good. Oh, BLDP. This is the day we bought it. For mid 14s, low mid 14s. That was a great high tide flag breakout. Guys, this is a perfect high tide flag breakout. Look at this thing. Makes a big move and starts building a base. And then when the 20-day moving average caught up, this thing broke out on high volume. You remember this breakout? We bought this thing. Then it went up like 46%, 47% from entry in just like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. All right. What are you thinking about gold/USD? Who cares? I mean, really. It doesn't matter. Just trade the charts. Gold/USD? You mean like inflation? Doesn't matter. Macro doesn't matter for us. It's just trade the setups. I don't track USD. I don't track gold. I know gold has some momentum right now, but I missed the breakouts, unfortunately. Yeah, ABUS was a 5-star. Yeah, now it's red. Look at this. Yeah, 5 stars. Yeah, pretty much 5-star, 4-star, 4-star. I just wish I had done more size. I kind of screwed it up a little bit. I should have done much more size. I should have done twice the size. I should have done like 300,000 shares or whatever. It is what it is. I just haven't been good at trading the low price names. And now look at Livongo, just reclaimed. It didn't even touch the 20-day moving average. That's how strong this thing is. Holy shit. Amazing. Amazing strength in a lot of stocks. Look at Viva. This thing is also just straight back up. Let's see. Doku. Yeah, Doku. I got stopped out of this one. Okay. I got stopped out of Doku. So I took 4. I lost 40k on it. On the other hand, I'm up 220k on ABUS. So I may even be slightly green on the day. What a waste. What a waste. What a waste of it. Oh my god, Tesla. Perfect bounce of the 20-day. I should have covered my shares. Okay, whatever. Again, I'm more interested in seeing what happens into the close. That's what I'm really interested in. LAC, yeah, LAC looks good. I think this thing could be a double triple from here easily. Easily a double triple. Easily. VXRT looks like it wants to take another leg lower. How do you position size these? Which ones? SHL as a short? It's way too late. SHLL. The entry was yesterday. You're way too late here. What's my exit strategy? Covering into weakness. That's my exit strategy. INTC. Tradable? I don't see a setup here. In the weekly chart, it's kind of holding a series of higher. Nah, it's not really a tradable stock. Avoid INTC. I don't see it. It's a hard trader. There are better ones. I shorted Tesla yesterday when it broke the 65 EMA on the 60-minute chart. Guys, who cares about gold and USD and Fed? Just focus on what we can control. Focus on good setups. The Fed is gonna do what it's gonna do. The dollar is gonna do what it's gonna do. Just focus on setups. If you can't trade it, there's no reason to track it. I like gold chains, yeah. Huya? Why is Huya long? Is there a setup here? Was a while ago? Insane. No, they are, every day we've seen these momentum stocks having big fades. Every single day. Last time we saw it was yesterday. It wasn't a while ago. It was yesterday. It was. Let's see. No, let's see. Which one was it? It was. Wait, which one was it? No. I don't know. Okay, maybe 2 days ago. 2 days ago there was one. I know. Like MXC. That was one. A big pop and then just big fade into the close. And the day before we had also one. Which one was it? MTP. Big pop and then just an insane fade. So it wasn't a while ago. It was 2 and 3 days ago we got pump stocks that faded big. Wasn't a while ago. Yeah, I know. Huya is yeah, China Twitch, but is there a setup here? That's what the question. Doesn't matter if it's a good streaming platform or not, or a good company or this or that. Focus on setups. Setups are gonna make your money. Not anything else. Plug and blink. What about these? Yeah, plug looks like a good long setup again. Starting to Monday, this thing is gonna be a good setup. That's what's crazy about plug. It had an undercut and reclaim. I love undercuts and reclaims. Those are the best ones when you have like a flag or a base. And they try to break down, but they reclaim. That's a sign of strength. Yeah, no, there's no long setups today, but next week there's gonna be long setups. Okay, NVAX. I'm gonna try to re-short this thing. And not now, but when it starts, you know, losing the VWAP. because it got rejected right here at the lower end of the space, and you know, I think this thing could easily pull back. Yeah. Guys, one thing I want you to learn. It took me too many years to learn this. Because I see people all the way asking me what I think about this, what I think about that. It doesn't matter. China doesn't matter. Trump doesn't matter. The Fed doesn't matter. I mean, they can matter, like, obviously, but what you need to do is focus on setups, okay? That's what you need to focus on. You can't control what Trump says or does, what Fed says or does, what China says or does, what the, you know, this says or does, or that says or does, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. What you can focus on is finding good setups. What you can control is finding good setups and trading them. That's what you can control. That's where your focus needs to be. That's what makes you money. All that other stuff, it's all bullshit. Like I said before, sometimes stocks go up on bad news, they can go up on good news, sometimes they can go down on bad news, or they can go down on good news. You know, it's all a big mind fuck. This is why most people don't make it in trading, because they can't take the mind fuck. They think about things logically. You can't think about things logically. You just have to follow price. That's the only logic you need to know. Missed. No, it's not a buy right here today. It's not a buy today. Maybe on Monday if it starts breaking out on Monday. It's acting really well, but it's not a long here. Missed had some PR yesterday, I think. Yeah, had some PR. ABUS, I've covered about a little bit over. I've covered about 2/3. You know what? I'll cover more. I'll keep like a fifth or so of my size. I'll keep 25,000 shares. I had 160 or so. So just in case it goes down a little bit more. ABUS. We'll have a. It's just a random pump stock. The weekly chart doesn't mean anything on these. It's not an institutional quality stock. It's just a random spike on high volume. Like it's totally meaningless. They had some patent news with the mRNA. Like pre-COVID, this thing wouldn't even be up, right? The only reason this thing went from 2 to 9 is because mRNA had a big run this year, right? 6 months ago, this thing wouldn't maybe even have gone up on this PR because no one would have cared. It's just a momentum pump because these types of stocks are working right now. Weekly charts are great on institutional quality stocks. Not on like random small cap pumps. Genius? Genius is a dilution machine. There's nothing here. And it's in a downtrend. Choppy? It's just a thin coronavirus name. I really don't see anything here right now. NVAX? Yeah, I just got triggered on 15,000 shares. But looks like it's holding VWAP for now. Now it has a range here in the 60-minute chart at 131 area. Oh, the XRT taking out lows of the day. Great. Gonna put some bids lower. Oh man, Twitter, it just shook me out. Oh my god. This thing shook me out so bad. And now it's back up. But yeah, this thing is it looks great. This one and Roku, like Roku looks really good. It's a very early stage base too. Like it looks good. Looks good. And Plug looks good too. Yes, they had blowout earnings. Yep. Yeah, alcohol consumption is up a lot. It is up a lot. Snap did really not have good earnings. They had a horrible report. Their user growth is like, I think it's decelerating, and the revenue is only 17% revenue growth. It's the slowest ever. This is not a growth stock anymore. This thing is, they absolutely didn't have a good earnings report. So peaceful here when David is on vacation. Yeah. And I don't have to feel like shit because he's always calling me names. He hates me. I don't know why, but he hates me. Yeah, IMPX, we just talked about it like 15 minutes ago when it triggered. I don't know. Someone's pumping it, or did they have a PR or something? Oh, they had a PR with Microsoft to help power Microsoft's Return to Workplace initiative. So they had it was pumped together with Lenovo. Now they're pumped with Microsoft. I don't know. Oh boy. I don't know. It's intriguing. Hey, if Robin Hooders find this thing, it's gonna go to double digits. I don't know. It has some pretty good volume. Maybe it goes. I don't know. Most Robinhood accounts? I don't think. Not yet. I don't think they've been cleaned out yet. Need a prolonged, like, bearish, like, sideways market for that. And ABUS, look at this thing. It can't come up for air. You see this thing? It just cannot reclaim these declining moving averages. It just cannot. It's so hard selling. LL, Lumber Liquidators. Yeah. There's a lot of stocks up 400%, 500%. A lot of them. This is a very thin name though. It's a micro cap. Well, now it's a small cap, but it used to be a micro cap just a few weeks ago. Very small cap. Guys, can you find the high tide flag on this thing? The first one to identify a high tide flag will get 100k from me. 14 bucks, you're right. It's 1450 breakout. Here is the breakout from the high tide flag. Boom. ABUS, let's see, my average is 780, low 780s is my average, and my initial stop was 821. So I used a 40-cent stop, so no. And now I'm up over $3 on it, so I risked 40 cents to make $3. That's good risk reward. No, it wasn't a very wide one. Holy shit, this thing is gonna go to $5. Oh, I could have made a $500,000 on it if I had sized correctly. Fuck. No, not highs of the day. There was no reason to use highs of the day as a stop because it got rejected off the VWAP 3 times. You know, there was no reason to use highs of the day as a stop. It's just a reclaim of VWAP was enough. I'm becoming a legit teacher. I don't know about that. You want my cat? You can have him for free. My girlfriend is complaining from downstairs. She heard. And now these airlines and cruise lines are weakening again. Oh man. Pop quizzes? I don't know what it means. Oh, I mean that. Yeah. NVAX is still kind of holding here, trying to reclaim VWAP. We'll see. If it starts losing that 130 area later, 131, 130 area later in the day, this thing could, fade hard potentially. VXRT is weak. Oh man, it's getting late. I'm gonna do one more scan. Then look at this. AMD is the only stock on my momentum watch lists that is up on the day and through previous day size. I mean, I can't believe this thing. If I was long 40k shares of this thing like I was supposed to be, well, I would be up 400k. But I'm not up 400k because I never bought the stock. Instead, I bought Twitter, which stopped me out. I bought MU, which stopped me out. I love it. I love when you buy the wrong ones and pass on the right ones. Oh, trading is so easy. Trading is so easy. Everyone can do it. Everyone can do it. Not. Alright, okay, thanks guys. I'm gonna cut the stream now and I'll see you on Monday. Take care, good luck, have a nice weekend. Don't forget to spend at least 5-10 hours studying charts. Just, studying setups, studying how stocks move. Look at every big mover. Just look at big movers over the past 3 to 5 years. Liquid high price stocks, and just study them. Look at how they reacted to different moving averages, etc., etc. Don't waste your weekend doing fun stuff with your families, right? You need to study the market. Okay. Take care, guys.